everyone, welcome to 4sides with me Anjali. Masses of Israelis blocked roads in Jerusalem, Tel Aviv and all across Israel protesting the controversial judicial reform. The protests intensified after the parliament passed a law limiting the Supreme Court's ability to overturn decisions made by government ministers. Opposition calls the death of Israel's democracy. Here's a special report. Thousands of Israelis are taken to streets for months protesting what they see as a blow to the democratic nature of their country. They have been protesting coalition government led by the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's proposals of judiciary reforms. Israel does not have a constitution and the executive, legislative and judiciary operate on individual laws. The reforms would be resetting various aspects of these institutions. Until now, the Supreme Court of Israel has had a strong position and it could declare Parliament's decisions as inappropriate or null and void. On Monday, Israeli government has passed a law that will limit Supreme Court's power. This law takes away the power of the court to block government decisions. In the coming months, there would be more reforms brought in which would further empower the government over judiciary. The critics and the protesters rightly feel that this vote will weaken the judiciary system within the country and push Israel towards authoritarianism. And the supporters say it is meant to rebalance powers between the branches of the government. They feel court has way too much power and accuse the judges of hindering policies of democratically elected governments. Major businesses, lawmakers, Israeli Medical Association are protesting the law. By far, this is the largest protest in Israel's history and the coalition is power also facing the threat of a mass boycott of service duty by more than 10,000 military reservists, including hundreds of Air Force pilots, in addition to the close to 250,000 people on the roads now. And there is a clash between the police and the protesters. Some feel the judicial reforms are Netanyahu's way to get away from corruption charges he is facing, and several worry that this move will bring in more orthodoxy and religiously conservative and definitely an authoritarian government, which translates as blow to democracy. The head of opposition Yair Lapid called Monday a day of house destruction. He deconstructs the law and says it means the abolition of checks and balances, the abolition of separation of authorities, the abolition of gatekeepers and the abolition of the entire immune mechanism of Israeli democracy. His words that they will not give up or surrender and that they will not let Israel be turned into a flawed, undemocratic country that is run by hatred and extremism kind of reveals the future course of action. Netanyahu was hospitalized for an unscheduled fitting of a pacemaker, but he was out before the vote. He addressed the Israelis in a bid to pacify them. He suggested postponement of implementing a broader judicial overhaul plan in November. Israeli parliament adjourns at the end of this month and most likely won't revisit the judicial overhaul legislation until October. Opposition leaders plan to ask the Supreme Court to rule on the legality of the law passed yesterday. Whatever is the outcome, Israel is surely facing an unprecedented constitutional crisis. Thank you for watching 4sides with me, Anjali.